Stop what you're doing and go watch Michelle Obama's speech at the opening and dedication of the Obama Presidential Library today. It is beautiful. I teared up multiple times. First of all, the way she talks about him in a personal sense and about their relationship, like they're couples goals. Like they're really actually in love. They actually like each other. They're a true partnership. It's so beautiful and decent and wholesome and admirable. It's just beautiful. She says to him at one point, Barack, I'm gonna need you to look at me before she starts like talking about their relationship, and he laughs and he's like, nope, nope, I'm gonna look down because he's trying not to cry. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then Michelle makes this joke, which is really funny, about how he won a Nobel Peace Prize and how great that is. And her tone is obviously mocking Trump. And then Hillary is sitting behind Barack, and you can audibly, like, the camera's not even on her, it's on Michelle as she's saying this, but you can audibly hear Hillary Clinton burst out laughing. It's so funny. You have to go watch it anyway, because it's just a nice reminder of what a decent human being looks and sounds like. And by the way, polling came out today and Trump is crashing out because of this dedication today. And the polling that came out that says that 50%, 57% of the electorate views him favorably and only 34% view Trump favorably. So terrible polling for him, great polling for Obama. And he's just watching this and just so jealous because Melania would never say that because he knows that he paid for her. It's a nice moment of remembering that we once had decency in the Oval Office. It's worth your time.
It's the Caucasianized caucasity of it all to know that a grown male would sit there and make such a gossipy statement about a whole woman that he knows is a woman. A lot of people wonder why Michelle Obama never sued for slander. I think it speaks more to her character that she doesn't look down and waste her time upon the peonish thoughts of others. I think it proves and stands more in line with why President Obama and Michelle Obama were the best president and first lady this country has ever had and probably ever will have. They're the only president and first lady that never had a scandal. They both, as much as hatred and as much as they were ostracized, they still stood firm. They never, y'all, let people see. If I'm pretty sure things had to bottom, they're human. And she's even spoken about that. And I've listened to actually both of them, make statements concerning stuff like that. They're human. So, but they never let it get to them, which shows me once again that they were the right people for the job. So many of y'all sit up here and wonder why somebody like this Jeff Hope could be up there fighting for Trump while he sat across them sleep. And y'all are the main reason that Trump got into a doggone second term, because y'all stupidly think that the things that President Obama did, that Trump came along and happily took credit for, like he's known to do and what he's constantly been doing. But I just really hope that Jeff gets all of it back that he thought he was giving Michelle Obama. All it does is empower us, y'all, to push and to show how much we love our former First Lady. So, Josh Hokett, you can take it and suck it.
Years can pass, president can leave office, new leader can come and go, but sometimes one speech change everything. A single speech can make people remember, a single speech can make people compare, and a single speech can force millions of people to ask a question they never expected to ask. Why are people talking about Michelle Obama again? Across social media, millions of views are pouring into clips, speeches, and interviews. Comment section are exploding, old debates are returning, and people from different backgrounds are sharing their opinion about the legacy of one of America's most recognizable first lady. Some viewers say Michelle Obama's recent viral speech reminded them why they admire her during her year in the White House. Others say a word about Obama family leadership and public service created an emotional reaction that many people didn't expect. And now the internet is debating something that seems impossible just a few years ago. As time changed, how people viewed Michelle Obama, as our public image evolved, and why are so many people revisiting our legacy today? Trust me, you need to stay until the very end because the reaction clip we are about to watch are absolutely incredible. Some are emotional, some are surprising, and some reveal exactly why this conversation has become one of the hottest discussion online. Because this story isn't just about Michelle Obama, it isn't just about Obama, it isn't simply about one viral speech. It's about legacy, memory, leadership, and why certain voices continue to resonate years after leaving the White House.
Every Democrat, every black person, every person of color, every LGBTQIA person in America should be posting a picture of Michelle Obama today. Not because she needs defending, but because she deserves honoring. A Princeton graduate, a Harvard Law graduate, former First Lady, best-selling author, advocate for military families, children's health, education, and public service. Meanwhile, grown men are standing around making middle school insults because they peaked in high school. Enough. Flood the timeline with Michelle Obama. Not because of what they said, but because her accomplishments speak louder than their ignorance ever will.
The funniest thing, though, is the fact that you can hear the cackle in Michelle. Michelle said, oh my God.
So Michelle Obama just pulled off something that is absolutely insane and something that politicians rarely manage to do. She gave a speech that everyone knew was about Donald Trump without ever mentioning Donald Trump. At the opening of Obama Presidential Center in Chicago, she talked about democracy, public service, civic responsibility, community, leadership, and the idea that America belongs to all of us, not just one person. Shocking, right? And that is where it all got funny, because she didn't spend the speech attacking Donald Trump like he would, right? She simply described what leadership is supposed to look like. You know, serving the public instead of yourself, building institutions instead of attacking them, bringing people together instead of trying to divide them, focusing on citizens instead of creating a personality cult. The irony is that nobody had to connect the dots for her. The audience just did it automatically. Imagine being roasted so thoroughly that your name never even comes up, but everyone knows it's about you. That's political psychology 101. The most effective criticism isn't always telling people who the villain is. It's reminding the people what normal looks like and letting their brains do the rest. And let's be honest, the contrast was just hard to miss. Because on one side, a presidential center dedicated to civic engagement, volunteerism, education, and the idea that democracy belongs to everyone. And on the other, a political movement built around one man, whose supporters literally wear his name on hats, shirts, flags, coffee mugs, and every surface possible. And buy Trump watches, Trump sneakers, Trump. At that point, Michelle Obama, she didn't even need to make an argument. The reality itself did it for her. And the truly devastating part, in my opinion, she never said Donald Trump. She never had to. Yet somehow everyone knew that's exactly who she's talking about. That's when you know your speech landed hard. Or when she mentioned the Nobel Peace Prize. That's just a nail in that coffin. Mic drop.
Porch family, I don't know if y'all caught Michelle Obama's speech today, but if you haven't, you need to, because what I witnessed was one of the greatest political drive-bys I've ever seen, and the best part is she never even mentioned a man in charge's name to do it. Nope, she just stood there and started describing Barack Obama, and somehow every sentence landed like a folding chair at a wrestling match. I was howling. The whole thing felt like watching somebody describe a bear without saying the word bear. Large, covered in fur, eats fish, lives in the woods, and everybody in the audience is sitting there thinking, yep, that's a bear. So Michelle starts talking about Barack's character, his temperament, his ability to handle pressure. Then she says how absurd it is to imagine that you might have buckled under pressure, lashed out in frustration, or lost your temper. And y'all, the audience didn't hear a compliment. They heard a comparison, a very specific one. The kind of comparison where nobody says a name, but everybody suddenly thinks of the same damn person. Then she doubled down. How absurd it is to imagine that you might have done anything but make our family in this country proud. And y'all, I swear to God, you could almost hear thousands of people simultaneously looking around the room like, is she talking about who I think she's talking about? Then came the accomplishment list, and Lord have mercy, this woman started pulling achievements out like she was unloading groceries. Osama bin Laden, the auto industry, ending the Iraq War, economic recovery, then the Nobel Peace Prize. And y'all, that's when I truly lost it, because the Nobel Peace Prize mention wasn't subtle. That wasn't an accident. That thing was placed in that speech with the precision of a Navy SEAL operation. Even Hillary Clinton laughed. Can you believe that? Because everybody knew exactly what Michelle had just did. That wasn't a compliment. That was a drive-by. That was Michelle Obama slowly rolling down the window, mentioning a Nobel Peace Prize, and then driving away before anybody could respond. Then she delivered my favorite line of the day, talking about Barack. She said, you were too busy doing the people's work. At that point, I almost needed oxygen. Meanwhile, Barack decides he's going to join the party. He starts talking about democracy, human rights, working with allies, helping people, respecting institutions, and suddenly his speech starts sounding less like a address and more like a police sketch artist drawing somebody from memory. Can you describe the suspect? Well, he definitely wasn't doing any of this. The funniest part, nobody can really get mad because nobody said a name, not a soul. People always quote Michelle's famous line, when they go low, we go high. Today she updated it. Apparently when they go low, she goes high. Then she casually drops a piano off the balcony and acts surprised when it lands on somebody. And listen, if you haven't read today's write-up, you should. It's called Homesick for a Country That Doesn't Exist Anymore. I think the title speaks for itself. You can read it right now by visiting the Substack link in my bio, or go directly to southernpunk.substack.com. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe and follow us here for more Porch Truths.
You can tell what kind of white man a white man is by asking him his thoughts on Michelle Obama. There's usually two groups. Group A will go, Michelle Obama, oh man, she took away my full sugar Gatorade in middle school. Oh man, she messed with those vending machines. I liked my Rice Krispie treats or some bullshit. And then move on. Oh, so then there's Group B. Group B will go on a tirade about Michelle Obama secretly having a penis for no conceivable reason. They will be obsessed about what's going on in Michelle's pants. And a conversation you guys aren't ready for is the racist trope behind assuming that gorgeous black women are trans, and the fact that we've never had this issue or topic of conversation with any white first ladies, but we won't go there. What I will say is it's obsessive and weird. When I think of a first lady, I don't think about what's going on in their pants. But I do get upset about my full sugar Gatorade being taken away. God damn it, Michelle!
The part in Michelle Obama's speech where she mentions that Barack has won a Nobel Peace Prize, Hillary Clinton laughing in the background is one of my favorite moments so far.
A Peace Prize. Keeping us safe from Ebola.
There's a question that's been circulating online and on all the social media platforms about this specific woman. And the question is, who the hell does Michelle Obama think she is? Simply put, she's exactly who the hell she knows she is. Let's get into it. Y'all were this close to coming for me. I could feel it. I could feel it through the screen. Y'all are about to jump me. First and foremost, she is not just a former first lady. Nope. She is not simply the wife of a president. Nope. Michelle Obama is one of the most accomplished women to ever walk through the doors of the White House. Let's start with the facts, because she was already somebody before the world caught up. She grew up on the south side of Chicago, and then she graduated from Princeton University, and then she also graduated from Harvard Law School. She was an attorney at a prestigious Chicago law firm. She served as an executive at the University of Chicago Medical Center. She launched initiatives that improved public health, championed military families, and inspired millions of young people to pursue education. Her memoir, Becoming, became one of the best-selling books in modern history. Her words have moved audiences across continents. Her example has transformed generations. And yet, despite all of those accomplishments, Michelle Obama has spent much of her public life confronting something deeply American: the relentless dehumanization of Black women. For centuries, Black women have been judged against a beauty standard that was never designed to include them at all. A standard rooted in whiteness, a standard that celebrated European features while diminishing African features, a standard that portrayed Black women as less feminine, less delicate, less worthy of admiration and protection. From slavery to segregation to modern media, Black women have been forced to endure stereotypes that question their beauty, their intelligence, and even their womanhood. And Michelle Obama shattered every single one of those lies. She walked into the White House with brilliance, grace, strength, humor, and authenticity. She didn't ask for permission to belong. She already belonged. She didn't shrink herself to make others comfortable. She stood tall so others could see what was possible. That's why she matters to so many, because every little Black girl who saw Michelle Obama saw something larger than politics. She saw possibility. She saw that excellence does not require approval. She saw that dignity does not require permission. She saw that history can be rewritten by those bold enough to step into it. Michelle Obama is not remarkable because she became First Lady. She was already remarkable. Michelle Obama is remarkable because she reminded an entire generation that brilliance cannot be erased, excellence cannot be diminished, and no amount of prejudice can outshine the power of a person who knows exactly who they are. And that is a lesson all of America still needs to learn.
Few public figures continue attracting attention year after leaving public office, but Michelle Obama remained one of those rare exceptions. Throughout her time as First Lady, she became known for her speeches, advocacy, initiatives, and focus on education, families, and public health. Even after leaving the White House, she continued speaking publicly, writing books, and participating in national conversation. Recently, a viral speech praising Obama has once again brought Michelle Obama into the spotlight. Clips have circulated widely online, generating millions of views and thousands of reactions. Some commentators believe the speeches reminded people of her communication style, authenticity, and public presence. Others believe it sparked renewed discussion about how people remember previous administration. Social media has played a major role in this conversation. Videos, reaction clips, and comment section have allowed people to share their opinion about Michelle Obama, and their year in public life. Some online commentators argue that attitudes towards Michelle Obama have evolved over time. Others believe public opinion have remained consistent. Of course, few about public figures varied widely. People evaluate leaders and First Lady based on different values, experiences, and priority. But one thing remains difficult to ignore. Michelle Obama continued generating strong reaction years after leaving the White House. As you watch the reaction clip throughout this video, pay attention to why people connect emotionally to her speeches, because for many viewers, this discussion are not simply about politics. They are about leadership, family, inspiration, and legacy.
Michelle Obama just threw the ultimate shade at Donald Trump and called him out for never winning a Nobel Peace Prize, unlike her husband. And she said a lot of other things about him too. This was awesome.
You were unflappable at every turn.
She's talking about
Always
her husband.
focused, always calm, always looking at the long view. How absurd it is to even imagine that you might have buckled under the pressure even once.
Trump did.
Lashed out in frustration.
Trump does.
Lost your temper.
Trump.
How absurd it is to imagine that you might have done anything but make our family and this entire country proud.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
You were doing the people's work, rescuing our economy, expanding health care, ending a war, ordering the bin Laden raid, saving an auto industry, winning a peace prize.
perfect. I love how she just bounces back after getting insulted in the most vulgar way possible at the UFC White House event, comes out unfazed, and drops a speech like this. Man, I miss her. I miss the Obamas.
Did y'all see Michelle make her man cry? Watch this.
Barack, there are no words to express how proud I am of the way you showed up and continue to show up every single day. It has been an honor to be by your side. You have made me a better person and have given us all an example that we should strive to emulate. And I hope you know, there is truly no higher calling than that.
Now I'm crying. See, this is exactly why Obama didn't want to look at you. This is exactly why, because he already knew you was going to pull out his heartstrings. And now you done pulled out everybody's heartstrings. You got all of America crying right now. I miss this family so much. Y'all don't even know. I'm so fucking angry that we got to deal with the motherfucker that's in there now. When we coming from this, we coming from this. We went from that to this. Like, seriously, how did we fall so fucking far? How did we fall so far from the Obamas to dookie booty? We went from grace, elegance, class, professionalism, everything good to everything fucking horrible. After that reminder of how things are supposed to be, I don't want to deal with this administration on another motherfucking day. Take me back, Lord, please.
Michelle Obama completely destroyed Donald Trump in a speech earlier at the opening session of the new Obama Library. You guys have to see this. She rarely gives speeches. Her and her husband, they speak up when important, but they don't speak up too often. So it's very rare to see one of the Obamas giving a speech. I want you guys to see this. Credits to Aaron Parnas. I'm going to be pulling this from a video he had posted. Let's take a look at this together.
You're unflappable at every turn. Always focused. Always calm. Always looking at the long view. How absurd it is to even imagine that you might have buckled under the pressure even once.
She's talking about her husband, by the way.
In frustration. Lost your temper. How absurd it is to imagine that you might have done anything but make our family and this entire country proud. No, you were too busy. I'm not done, y'all. Not done. So much to say. You were doing the people's work, rescuing our economy, expanding health care, ending a war, ordering the bin Laden raid, saving an auto industry, winning a peace prize. Keeping us safe from Ebola, regulating the banks, standing up for marriage equality, listening to science, and comforting an entire nation in the face of unspeakable tragedies. And you did it all with such grace and class and cool that you made the hardest job in the world look like a walk in this beautiful park.
That was what I would argue would be a direct attack on Donald Trump, starting off by saying Obama was not everything that Trump is, losing his temper, and he actually won a peace prize, unlike Trump never won a peace prize, and is enraged by that fact and makes sure to let us know every day by accusing Obama of something new. So that's great. We love it.
Hear me today. While Trump crawled to Versailles and signed away American honor to Iran, tens of thousands of Americans poured into the streets of Chicago and New York and showed this broken world what America looks like when it belongs to its people. And Michelle Obama stood before that multitude and told them a truth that power never wants you to hear. A lasting legacy, she said, is not a name on a building and not zeros in a bank account. It is the difference we make in one another's lives. Watching all the former presidents and first ladies together, all so joyful and so fully present, I'm not ashamed to admit I was moved to tears more than once. Eloquent perfection in every word and every song in Chicago yesterday. Mamdani, Obama, such beacons of hope and dignity. Mamdani is proving what government can do when someone actually runs it for its true purpose, to provide for and protect the people. I adore him for proving to us that the establishment has been lying to us for generations about what we can and cannot have. We can have nice things. So share this today. Find your 0.4%. It's a Mamdani reference, look it up. That sliver of impossible that everyone said was too small to matter, and go do something about it. It feels like the beginning of the end. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm willing to lay odds we're turning a corner. This great and imperfect experiment is gonna survive. Let me say this, it's gonna be better than we ever dared to dream was possible. Really needed Obama to show up in a white suit so he could drop Gandalf's line from The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, though. Barack the Tan, that's what they used to call me. I am Barack the White, and I come to you now at the turn of the tide. I'm neither a Chicagoan or a New Yorker, but yesterday I felt like both. And that right there is how you celebrate 250 years of America. Somebody better say amen.
At the end of the day, history often changes how public figures are remembered. Time creates distance, new events create perspective, and people remember revisit old leaders through entire different eyes. The discussion surrounding Michelle Obama and her recent prior speeches demonstrates how powerful words can remain long after political office change, and for some people, Michelle Obama represents inspiration, family values, and public service. For others, she represents a particular period in American history, and for many people watching this video and reacting clip, she remains one of the most recognizable first lady of modern time. Conversation about Obama, Michelle Obama, and their public legacy continue because they touch something larger than politics. They touches idea about leadership, they touches question about character, and they remind people how powerful communication can be. Perhaps that's why this discussion continue attracting millions of views. The public often visits leaders and public figures through the lens of time, represent and changing perspective. Before I finish, I want to personally thank every single one of you watching this channel, whether you have been here from day one or you are discovering this community for the first time. Your support truly means everything. Every view, every comment, every like, and every share, and every thoughtful discussion help this channel continue growing. You are the reason this conversation happens, and I appreciate every single one of you for taking time out of your day to be here. Now I want to hear from you. What qualities make a memorable First Lady? Is it leadership, communication, advocacy, family values, or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comment below because I genuinely want to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all post notifications so you never miss an upload. Watch every reaction clip, share this video with your friends and family, join the conversation below, and help us continue building one of the strongest community on YouTube. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you all in my next video.